Start with bucket fills and something good. What do we got? What do we got?
And new buyers.
Ooh, that's fun. What else? Good thinking.
I'm thinking, yeah. I mean, I gave the trust of friend, help him get access to the MLS when his dad is a realtor, so that was kind of blindsided me.
But it also shows you like it doesn't matter, right? Like
Yeah.
everybody knows someone and it, like just ask. Always ask, right?
Yeah.
What else? What else we got?
Nice.
And found them a home, which we were worried about.
So both, all in one weekend?
All in one weekend. Oh, yeah.
That's a really good one.
What, do you guys like do it together or do you separate?
This particular client we are doing together.
Who did what? I'm gonna ask that next time you're like.
Well,
Sharon,
Sherry,
who did what?
Sherry and I spent like the first 2 years like stepping on each other's toes, trying to
Sure.
figure out,
That's true.
who does
Totally
what and
We're like sisters. We let each other know if we're stepping on toes.
there you go.
See, that's a good relationship to have.
I love it.
What else is good? Heather and I just came back from Texas, which was really, really fun. It's really, it's interesting when you're in a room of really high producing leaders, right? Where, we got put into these breakouts and like the top breakout is like 1,000+ market centers. Like, I mean, just insane amount of agents, right? And John, you'll appreciate this. We got put in, well, I think Heather was in a completely different one, but I got put into this one. It was great. We had great conversation and Mark Willis comes in and he's all happy, excited, really inspirational. And he's like, so this room is, 200 and under, right? And he's like, nice. And all of a sudden it just like, you see his like face kind of shift. He's like, can you tell me what the average market center is for KW? Right? It's 200. And he goes, so you're all below average. And immediately I was like, oh no, we're not going to be next year. Like, I will never have Mark Willis come into a mastermind that I'm in and be like, and you're below average. And I was like, that's not going to happen. But it's just one of those where like, when you're in a group like that, there was Portugal. It wasn't just the United States. It was incredible. It was a really good experience. So, and again, it's all team leaders, PC coaches, MCAs, OPs, general managers. So it was really good, really fun. Rick.
A bucket fill the dessert twins. Pretty much I should do that like every week. So there's a lot of times like we've got a luxury client that's trying to decide whether they should be on the lake or not on the lake. And we found a great property off lake. So, we're going out and doing a second showing with them on Saturday, and I've got no worries about, trying to get some information because I know I can come in and just talk to the desserts and they'll answer all the questions. So now I know everything about the boat clubs and docks and access, everything that you can do in Lake Minnetonka if they buy off lake, because they knew it all. So
Yeah.
we're putting a nice little package together for the client and it's just very, very helpful. Very resourceful.
Awesome.
It helps to grow up on the lake.
Yeah, for
A
sure.
lot of information.
All right. Anything else? Then
I
we
can
will.
tell you a funny story
Cool.
about you talking about that being below average and setting up in groups.
Can you imagine my reaction when he said that?
I hope you all, if you don't know who Cindy Freud is,
Mhm.
she's an agent out of the Lakes office that kind of owns downtown Minneapolis and sells 100 million a year, and stuff. She went down to a mastermind and they broke them up into groups like that.
Like
And
his
they had
unit?
Cindy with like 25 contracts and below. And of course, all the people there are brand new agents practically, and they're all going, well, I did 2 million and I did 1.5 million and I get to Cindy and says, well, I did 75 million. And the instructor said, I think we gotta get you in a different.
To be fair, her average sales price, her units are low,
Yeah.
but her her like actual like sales price is high, so her volume was
Very
huge,
high,
but
yeah.
yeah, that's really funny. Yeah, I could imagine that. All right, moving on. So, our May training calendar, has some really good things on it, including tomorrow is Red Day, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But Ask the Broker, Kevin, on 14, we have our bi-week, like our first bi-weekly, block party and then the happy hour later in that day. So that'll be a really fun day. If you can't make it to all of things, make it to one of them at least. Title knowledge refresh. We have the Bethany Nelson Group call night on the 16th as well. Database 101 with Kelly Zwilling. And then we have a free CE residential water intrusion problems. And I've actually been getting a lot of different requests about water intrusion in different ways, which happens obviously in this time of year. And then our last team meeting of the month will also have our weekly block party and another free CE new construction home inspection. So if you do not have your CE yet, this is a really easy way to get one credit at a time, right? Because it does, it costs, it adds up if you're gonna buy it online, and it's not as fun. Any questions on the training calendar this month? Nope, awesome. All right, so required module is today in person. I don't think, can they still sign up if they haven't? I don't think you can, because I think you have to have like 24 hours so that Mar has it. So that'll be in this building. So if you aren't coming to that, you'll see a lot of people in here, during that time frame, 12 to 3:45. And then Red Day, you want to talk about Red Day a little bit? We have over 30 people signed up, which is awesome. So we are going to be doing Red Day tomorrow, and the Edina Market Center will be joining us for that as well. You can probably go into details on that a little bit, Candy.
Yes, I put it on the side too, so you can read and listen at, and everything. So, you can meet here at 10 a.m. We are signed up to watch the, North Star MLS CEO report with Tim Dane, and T360 did some North Star MLS report for them. So that kind of dives into like, what kind of trends have they been seeing throughout just by looking at our MLS. So don't know what that will all entail, but might be kind of neat. And that is from 10 to 11. So we'll just have that on in here. Great North is sponsoring bagels. So come have a bite to eat, maybe tune into that a little bit with the MLS CEO. And then we'll head out at like 10:30 to Linear Park. It's only like 12 miles away, so it's super close. And then we'll work from 11 to 2. A couple of things that we'll be doing is Heather's favorite thing, which I can never remember, mustard
We're
seed.
picking mustard seed.
Not in years.
Remember those?
Lost
We
in
haven't
it.
done that in forever.
Yeah.
We haven't done that in a while.
It's coming back, and then I'm also like redistributing some mulch, cleaning up playgrounds. Bring gloves, like gardening gloves or work gloves, and then also a water bottle. Bring water so that you can drink water while you're out there. It's supposed to be a really nice day.
We will have a cooler of water too, so if you forget, we'll have a cooler of water and snacks.
It does help a lot if you guys have like the small gardening tool that's got the 3 prongs, for like weeding. Any weeding tools you have makes it way easier. So, I mean, we spent 2 years doing that in the woods?
I think it's more than 2, Brahma.
Yeah.
I think it was a few years we did that.
So that we'll wrap that up around 2, and then sponsored by Supreme Lending. They are going to provide the first round of appetizers at Northern Tap House, which actually from Linear Park is just a straight like 5-minute shot. So afterwards, come have a snack, a water, a drink, whatever you want, and hang out. So
Awesome. Who's all signed up for tomorrow?
Where did we sign up for that?
I just did.
I just sent out an email this morning.
9:44 a.m. 9:44. She said.
Oh, gotcha.
A lot of
I was
it.
like, what? Awesome. Next. Okay, so yeah, we are not doing hot on raising money right now. So part of it, part of our Red Day was also to raise money, for the Fight Child Hunger program. Our goal is 5,000. Currently we are less than 700, which is $694.90. Again, this is not something, if you don't have the means to be able to donate, share this. Share the link that we sent out, and have other people help raise the money as well, right? Because it's something that it goes to a great cause. And, I mean, we are still beating Edina, but I mean, that doesn't say much. So I just really want to reach our goal. Cause the
I
goal was
will-
a goal for a reason.
I will match up to $500.
Ah,
Nice.
there we go.
So get in there and make me pay that.
Let's do it.
And a great thing, you know, if you don't post it today, you could also post it tomorrow, but be like, you know, it's a great thing to say, like, this is what we do for Red Day, like, we give back to our community. Do you wanna help me give back? I mean, like, if everyone's friend gave $10, like, I would grow immensely quick, right? Like, if 5 of everyone's friends.
I'm gonna tell you something. Yesterday, we were at that event, right? And this is how like each person, a small amount can make a huge impact. I don't know how many people were at that event. I have no clue on how many were, but within one day, and you had a whole bunch of different types of people monetary wise, right, on financial levels. We raised $72,000 for KW Cares in one day. $72,000. One mastermind room alone raised $32,000, like on their own. And I think the second highest room was the tech coordinators, for each market center, wasn't it? Wasn't it the tech coordinators, and they raised $18,000 alone. It was incredible to watch it happen. And it was like, if you just did $10 and everyone did that, they were able to raise that. So it is like, it doesn't have to be a huge amount. Little bit helps. Yeah.
Is there a link that we can share this to our Facebook page?
It's on the, well, she put it on our Facebook page today. You
Awesome.
just have to copy that and it literally goes onto your Facebook page. And the image will already show up.
Nice. Thank you.
Block party, we kind of talked about that. So I don't know, do we have this sign up at the front desk? Yep. So our first block party is getting put on by the ALC. But you are able to sign up to sponsor one of those block parties. And essentially we do hot dogs and brats and we bring out some chips and whatnot. A lot of times it's, you know, either teams or individual agents or vendors that help sponsor that. So feel free to look at the sheet up there and sign up for a block party.
And you don't have to grill. If you want to sponsor and you want to bring in pizza or like people have brought in Chipotle, like you can bring in whatever you want.
Awesome. Happy hour. Want to chat about the happy hour next week?
Yeah, that's gonna be, we're just switching gears a little bit. We're gonna go a slight distance to the east to West
Back
End.
way to my house.
Yeah, is it, what do we say? Lydia was like 6 minutes, 7 minutes away.
It's super close.
right
Yeah,
West End is
It's
very
really close, really close. They got free parking and everything there at West End if you haven't been there. That place is super fun. There's gonna be a specific subject that we're gonna try to talk about there, that we are going to talk about, and that is how to capitalize on the spring market business and continue to prospect while you're super busy. Because that ends up being a really, really challenging thing to do. You get really busy, you're all excited, you're buying and selling houses like these ladies are, and all of a sudden, you know, it's like you're not prospecting. There's definitely a way to capitalize on those conditions. So,
Awesome. I love that.
and we'll have fun.
That's me.
That's you. Come on up. You should introduce yourself too in case
I know.
people don't know you. There's
I-
some new faces
I
in
thought
here.
about that. I was like, well, since I moved home, I don't know what I know most people, but my name is Matt Strobel and I work here at the office. I had an office here for forever and then last August decided that it was time to head home and office from home to kind of rebuild where things were at. So that's been going very good, but I do enjoy coming in here. I'll be in the little cubby hole over here once in a while when I need to make it in. So if you ever have questions, stop in and say hi. But I've been, this is scary, in real estate now for 25 years. I started last century, April 15th of 1999. My wife and I closed on our first house April 14th. And I resigned at my job the next day and I already had my licensure done and was ready to go. But I had to close to verification of employment before I could go. So you talk about motivation. I think we walked out of closing with about $600 in our pocket. And I said, yeah, let's go all commission. We can.
And to pay for taxes all on the next day.
Like, yeah. So it was, it was a jump in, but to hit that this last year was kind of amazing. So Today I want to talk to you a little bit about much of my business. It's about 60-40 depending on the year, is existing resale versus new construction. And I've been fortunate enough to work with Homes Plus designers and builders out of St. Michael now for 16 of those 25 years. And they are a local builder right in St. Michael. They are still a custom builder. And the development is our last development that we have going right now. Is our detached villa homes. And it's not so much a new neighborhood. We've been working in there throughout the last 4 years on our different phases of it, but we've got some new plans that I think help to overcome some objections. And not only today am I here to tell you guys a little bit about the development, but how it can help you guys like stir conversations with this type of demographic of buyer, so that you can get more business as far as that goes. So in our development, we've got 6 customizable slab on grade floor plans, 3 customizable walkout floor plans. One of the very unique things about where we're at for this type of product is we have great lots. We have lots with unobstructed views of wetlands, westerly, nobody's right on top of you. And that I think is one of the biggest objections when you talk to people looking to downsize is, that's great, but I don't want to share a wall. Or that's great, but I don't want to look right in to my neighbor's house because that's where they put these projects as you're closer. And so they have some easy ways for you to help overcome those objections. And the last meeting I did, we actually even scripted real quick at the end about, okay, how do I answer that objection? Or how do I take this information and turn it into an easy call? Because I'm not a great guy on the phone of, hey, do you want to buy or sell real estate? But I'm really good on the phone if I've got a reason to talk to somebody.
Well, to be fair, that, I mean, when it's wetlands, they're never gonna build on it, right? So I think a lot of times you can sell someone on, oh, they're not gonna develop that, and then bam, it's developed. That's a sure thing. It's not gonna happen.
Yep, exactly. Next slide. Plus I need it. Yes, Homes Plus, I think one of the great things that I've enjoyed about working with them is they've been into business now for 33 years. And what's important, and John and Kevin can attest to this through running into issues, is they have always been Homes Plus designers and builders in that entire time. So that stands behind, like, we're here for the customers, when we build the house and after they build the house. I've been representing them for 16 years. The framing crew doing these villas has been with them longer than that. The trim crew has been with them longer than that, as well as the siding crew. So, and those are all brothers that have different construction companies. So this isn't a product where we're shipping it out each time on each build to try to get the lowest bid and try to ship them through. And you'll see that in the quality of the product that we turn out and are still able to, keep it at a reasonable price point. And I think that's another one of the objections that people in just our demographic, this is not a 55 plus neighborhood, but our typical demographic is 60 plus, I would say, who has been there. But that's the other thing that they quickly notice in the other houses that they're comparing to. When they walk in, they're like, wow, this is different. So go ahead. We are located in Otsego, just north of the Albertville Outlet Mall, just on the edge of a real quiet residential neighborhood with easy access to 94. The next slide, I can show you on the map here where we're located. So here is the Albertville Outlet Mall. Here is County Road 19, right off 94. We are located, our walkouts are on 74th Street. This is Kale Circle. That is a little cul-de-sac at the edge there of where we're at. Next one. On our plat map here, everything on Kale Circle is slab on grade. These units range from around 1,500 to just over 1,800 square feet now with our new plans. And then we have 4 remaining lots over here that are full basement walkout lots. Next. There's a total of 6 slab on grade plans. What's new for us this year, one of our objections that we had is I really need 3 bedrooms, or I really need a 3-car garage. And I was actually on an Arizona golf trip when I came up with the 3-car garage plan and drafted it up. One morning down there, sent it to our draftsman and said, hey, we've always said we can't do 3-car garages because our lots aren't wide enough. But what about this? So go ahead, and our next one, I think, is our actual model. This is our currently completed model. This home is at 369. It's 2 beds, 2 bath, oversized 2-car garage. Every one of our slab on grade units has a pull down attic storage. above it, so you can get up there, walk around. I don't care if you're 6'5". It's 12 feet wide and 16 feet long with light switch up and down. So that other objection is slab on grade won't have any storage for me. Well, as long as you got somebody that can get up and down that ladder, there's more storage than you should ever need at this point in your life, is what I would tell them. So have a dumpster, we'll get the rest of the stuff up. Next is our 3-car garage plan. The other thing too, even on all of our plans, our smallest garage is 24 feet wide. A lot of you guys have walked into townhomes and went, this is great that it's a 2-car garage. But I just saw one this morning that they're advertising as a 2-car garage. It's 17 feet 9 inches wide. There's no 2 cars. I don't even think anybody can get out
Is
the
that even
doors.
legally a 2-car garage?
So it was posted.
Well, that's very different.
won't say anything
Yeah, the
different, but it's-
question of legal versus is posted.
Yeah, because I was excited about the plan for my client. I was like, oh, this looks good. And then I looked at the garage and I was like, he has a truck. There's no way. So our smallest garage is 24 feet wide standard on our plans and 24 feet deep. Many of them are 26 feet deep and we can go to 28 on our lots. But this plan that we came up with is 24 by 24 basically in the 2-stall area. And then we've added an area back here, so you can comfortably park 2 cars back to back tandem if you wanted to. A lot of these clients have motorcycles, collector cars, want a workshop, man cave, area for hobbies, whatever it might be. 18 by 12, so this wall is 36 feet long.
Wow.
790 total square feet of that garage. That is bigger than almost every standard development 3-car garage that you'll see on a single family home. In addition to that, it also will have the pull down storage above. So, 2 beds, 2 baths, optional sunroom, gas fireplace. That is the picture just this week. They finished framing. The roof should be going on today. And, yeah, go ahead to the next one.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, absolutely.
In the garage, you said it has the pull down too in the garage space?
Yeah.
Where is that hatch at? In the back or?
Yep. So right here, it'll be right about here. So it's gonna pull down, the ladder will go there, and then the area can run this way. So it won't be over here, it'll be going forward.
Just picture my future office space.
So we have a buyer for you, like right in the back over here.
And one unique thing, I said, like, our typical demographic has been over, but this last weekend at my open house, I had 2 people in their 40s. That were been there, they have 1 kid, and they were like, you know what, this could work for us, because to be quite honest, they can't find anything else under 400,000 that they don't have to do a lot with. So, next. This is the full basement walkout that's under construction. I'm standing on the deck with those views. The green grass area is horse pasture land for a boarding facility that's over there. So you watch horses roam, and then that's farm field, and it's landlocked by quite a bit. So yes, you can't say it's never gonna be developed, but it's gonna be a while before they can pull city and watch.
I do like that, the way, how you did
Right
the
there.
draw on that one.
This unit, 1,654 square feet. As you can see there in that picture, they had delivered cabinets that day when I snapped that updated picture. All of our cabinets, trim work, everything is on-site finished. So you're not gonna go to the walkthrough like I did with a builder yesterday, and see big cracks in the areas at the corners of the trim work and nail putty holes that haven't really been cleaned up, but you're gonna be told that's as good as we get it. This is gonna look, like a true finished custom product. Next, that one's at 477, the full basement walkout. Next one. Like I said, our slab on grades, we can range them anywhere depending on finishes that they want, from 360 to probably 425. Our 3-car garage plan, the current model is totally decked out, and that's at 444. And the 3-bedroom plan will range from just under 400 to 445 as well. So this is another objection as far as trying to help you when you're having conversations and somebody says, my mom and dad really need to downsize, but they just can't seem to make it make sense, And well, can I do a CMA of your home? CMA of their home is coming in around 550. We can actually make this work and get them into a detached structure. It's gonna feel like their single family home. They're gonna have a ton of great people their age right around them. And they don't have to take care of that snow and lawn care. So, go ahead. Full basement walkouts, 440 to 550, wider range, because some were finishing full basements, stuff like that. Some were just finishing the main level. The association the association fee, get this, dropped $20 last month. So this association is run by the homeowners, there now. The builder's been able to turn it over to them. It covers snow and lawn care, water and maintenance of the sprinkler system. That's all metered separately. And then your garbage and recycling for $160 a month. So I think that's about the fourth objection that you have coming in is people are like, I'm not paying a $400 association fee because I'm not going to use any of those extra, frivolous things that are great in a neighborhood, but some of these people aren't going to use. And so it's $160 a month. I don't think I could contract that at my house. I'm pretty sure, Republic has got my,
I'm pretty sure that my
Garbage filled out.
water to
you
do
have.
my lawn is like 160 in Minneapolis,
Right.
like.
Right. Now you do, you're responsible for the maintenance of the exterior of your house, so roof, siding, windows, those things are yours. But again, it's brand new, full LP smart side on the front, vinyls on the back and rear. You've got a new roof, new windows. You shouldn't have much to take care of. One thing that does help too is each owner has their own homeowner's insurance for their structure. And that helps us keep it down because we don't have the concentrated risk that you see when we do it as a group. Things that can help you guys. Clients for this product, typically they're not as interest rate sensitive. What we found is most clients selling into this range, they tend to be in that middle, very active price range, 400,000 to 600,000. So if you've got somebody that can, make a transition, this is an opportunity to say, I might have an opportunity for you. And so many times coming through our open houses, it's their kids that are coming through the open house and saying, hey, I'm looking for mom and dad. So if you have a conversation with a friend, whether it was at a holiday or you're at a kid's sporting event or things come up about, mom and dad are with or grandma and grandpa are with, and they're like talking about how they are tired of doing lawn work this summer, bring that up. I think we can still share that we pay out a commission.
Look at me.
Yeah,
I'm like, don't look at me.
and you'll be able to. I mean, you just won't put it on the MLS.
Exactly. Yes, but I always have.
Well, as of right
I
now,
think-
you can,
You can put it on.
you still can until August or whenever the actual changes are.
Yeah,
made.
yeah.
And one thing I'm very happy with is the bottom one, we honor all agent-client relationships. So like this weekend, Chad Olson has helped me out with a bunch of open house stuff. He was up there and we had 4 people come through, all of them represented. On Monday morning, I'm sending emails to each one of them. Hey, thank you. Wanted to let you know your client stopped through such and such. Right on the bottom, I put, we honor all agent relationship. One of the agents still almost instantaneously emailed me, will this affect me getting paid a commission? And, no, we're happy to work with anybody, as long as the client brings up the agent, early in the process and not after 3 months into planning and things like that. And we pay out a 2.7% commission on the purchase price. So, and that's at the PA at the time. If your client goes and does $30,000 of upgrades, we don't charge any upgrade on the upgrades. So there's not a commission paid on that. So next. Oh, it's me. For more information, you guys, I can answer any questions, that any of you might have in regards to it. Rick,
Are you moving into any other communities soon?
not right now.
Oh, okay.
One of the hardest things that a builder of this size is facing is finding land that makes sense, that isn't being bought up by all the nationals. As far as that goes, we just closed last week, actually, Tony. Sorrento sold it, our last lot in Delano. I sold in Delano for him for 12 years and now we don't have any more land there. So if anybody has land that they're looking, that a smaller developer could do, we obviously be looking to partner with
What
somebody on
does
that.
smaller developer mean for people that, right, I mean, cause that could mean a various things for different agents. So what does that mean? Like smaller developer, like how many houses or what is the lot? or
Acreage,
land?
10 to 20 acres or something?
Yeah, probably larger than that, because 10 to 20 acres, we're only probably getting 8 to 10 houses. What we usually do is there's 3 people involved. So there's a developer and then there's 2 or 3 builders that will come in and commit to a certain takedown schedule of it. So something in the, 40 to 60 house range in
Okay.
total.
Okay.
But that project for us may be a 2 to 4 year project as far as that takedown schedule, because we can't take down, 10 houses at once at $100,000 a lot.
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's a good question. Thank you.
And how many acres is that, Matt?
Pardon me?
About how many?
It totally depends. on, a development piece, how many acres that would be, because it's all about how much they're gonna make us reserve for wetlands and what roads have gotta go where, and so pinning down like, hey, on a 50 acre, we get 80 lots, or it's almost impossible to do because of what has to be set aside for parkland dedication and everything like that, so. Trying to think, we've done it in like 3 different phases. I would say that last section for these villas, was probably only like 15 acres, but a lot of it's wetland. And these are smaller lots, but we've got a lot of wetland and stuff that allows us to situate that with some great views. Anything else? Questions?
I have some. oh,
Did
go.
you
Yeah.
say there's 4 walkout?
There's
Lots
4 walkout
available?
lots left. Yep, our model plus 4.
And how long does it take kind of if you were to purchase a lot today before the completion of it?
Yeah, right now from purchase agreement to closing, we're probably only about 150 to 160 days. So, which is much shorter than our lead time has been in the past. So on these villas, if we're talking a larger single family home or something, one thing I didn't hit a ton on too is those are customizable. The front look that you have and like the general foundation is set, but anything inside, from changing window locations to you want painted cabinets, stained cabinets, one way, one the other way, your countertops. One of the things that's always been Homes Plus, this tagline when I've been working, we really commit to working with each client to design the house that can fit both their needs and their budget. Sometimes people's needs and wants are great and we can do whatever they want. And other people are like, this is my hard cap as a downsize. I am not going above $410,000. Okay, then we'll line item out. We can show you what we can put together and what finishes. Because at this price point too, some people are like, I've had spray texture ceilings my entire life. I don't care. I've had Formica countertops my entire life and they have been just fine. So we're happy to do that. We put granite or quartz in all of our models, but we can do anything that they want to try to help them out.
I think that's the fun part about working with Matt is I sat with my client and Matt's like, my client's saying what they want and Matt's like, well, we'll just take this out here and move it over here and then he said, okay, let me make sure that works with our design architect team and then he was able to do that. And that was a great process of working with. And then I think oftentimes for me, where I see the difference is not when you walk in a finished product, which there is a difference, but when you walk in and the walls aren't up yet and you see the material, the quality of the boards that are being used versus the half boards and that's the kind of thing where I think there's a big difference in the build quality of the house.
Sometimes I think agents have a hard time expressing their value in the new construction process. Like, hey, well, they're just gonna build it, and clients have a hard time maybe seeing it. And the stuff that Kevin's mentioning, if you put yourself in enough positions where you can actually share differentiation points, that's where you can really, they will really see an enormous value. And again, every new construction process also is gonna have some hiccups. It's how you as an agent and how the builder handles those hiccups. Because with this many aspects of going into a home, somebody is going to have thought they said something or assumed something that got lost in translation at some point. No matter how detailed line item we get pretty darn good. But there's inevitably something, and it's how that's addressed by all the parties that really separates people that have been around for a while.
I have a question. What does the purchase agreement look like is it specific to your builder or is it the normal new construction, purchase agreement?
We use a standard Minnesota, association new construction purchase agreement.
Okay.
So our purchase agreement does not say we might build your house in the next 3 years or we might not. And if we don't, you don't get any money back. I mean, literally, if you guys read some of these contracts, I've sat there with clients and I know, hey, we gotta sign it because otherwise we don't get this house. If you read some of the national builder purchase agreements, it's scary what a client is agreeing to. And 99% of the time, it all works out good. And I'm not bashing them. They have a place in the market, obviously, as far as that goes. But the contracts that are associated with them can be, you should read them. Yeah, don't just, hey, sign it off because at least let the clients know, like, we don't have a choice here. But just so you know, you're signing off that if there is a disruption in supply chain or there is storms in some part of the country that they need to prioritize, your house can get pushed back on things like that.
So with that, do you have the specs with, cause I'm like, if you've done new construction or haven't done new construction, right? With that purchase agreement, when you said you go line by line, do you do that right away with the client? Like if I bring in a buyer to say, hey, this is what the allowance is and this is what it's gonna look like, to help do that, or do you provide that to a buyer's agent, or what does that look like?
Yeah, we probably have 3 meetings at least before we get to the purchase agreement.
Okay.
So in at least 2, the first meeting is like, hey, how are you? Do you like our product and stuff? But, answer general questions. Like my meeting tomorrow will then be, I bring full blueprint, line items, pricing sheet of here's our base price, here's the standard features of everything that goes into that, here's every allowance. Then room by room, here's your flooring that you've chosen for that, here's your countertops, here's that. And that's all on a line item. So it's very easy for clients to go, I'll keep this, I'll remove this, in order to try to hit my target price range.
And the only reason I ask that is if anyone's ever worked with a big box builder, any builder, right? Usually people don't know what an allowance actually means. Like they put the allowance in there and then they find out that they have, basic white appliances in that allowance, right? And then it's like, then the upgrade comes and you start at $330 and then you're really at $520, right? But after you get to put tile in versus from, what I mean, like all of the things. So, that's really, that's completely different
It
than most builders.
It is, and that, like, the
It's very
prices,
transparent, which I think is great for the agent representing the buyer, right? And for the builder.
the prices that I set up there, like, these are what you can build in that range for. You can build in that range and have a nice product. It's not, that's my greatest frustration, and one of the things when I started with Homes Plus, that I just said, we will not be we can build from 300 and have that, on a sign, and knowing full-fledged that that's, the smallest trim in a drywall box with nothing else in it, that you're gonna get. Because to me, there's nothing more frustrating for me, and I've had my clients express that when we walk into a neighborhood and it says they can build from 450, but every one of their models is at 600. Right? Like, well, no, you can't, or you won't. That's very frustrating, I think, to everybody.
And is there one model there? One completed model that people can see?
Yeah, we have the finished model at 7378 call. That's our slab on grade one. You are good, Lynn.
I was like, I know.
She's used to hearing that.
And then then the 3-car garage across the street is under construction, and then the
Is that also a
full-base
model?
walkout, that will be our next.
That will be your next model.
According to the builder, so we can move over to that one. And then the full basement walkout will be finished by mid-June. We're only about a month out.
Danny and I've done open houses from
Yes.
out there, and it is a beautiful home.
Well, my question is who would want to just go see, right, a model like this to see the difference? Because I feel like, especially if you were there,
Mhm.
you could probably point out what's different from other types of homes in that price range.
Yeah.
Almost as like an educational base for agents.
Anybody
Eric's
ever want to
eyes
set that up?
looking at me over here.
Lunch and learn.
A little lunch and learn.
If anybody wants to make the trip up 94, I would be more than happy to do a new construction kind of, hey, let's learn about the differences on how things are done. I love sharing that.
Okay, we'll talk.
Yeah.
Tammy has already moved into that one. Any
Yeah.
other questions at all?
Or do you ever have open houses available for agents?
All the time.
All the time. So you're a person.
Chad's been great right now.
Okay.
I think
Chad's not
Chad's
here.
online.
Chad's online. Hi, Chad. And Chad has been great. The one thing I will say as far as new construction open houses is you have to be consistent, right? Like one weekend here and then another weekend, another month it's hard. Cause when they come back the second time and stuff, but if anybody does help, I keep a list of who reported first contact, things like that. And they will get paid out as far as that goes, or like with Chad, because he's been very consistent with stuff, Chad gets paid on all my listing closings too, as far as the new construction stuff. So, it's been great, so. Other questions at all? You sound a lot, guys. I took up too much time.
No, it's great because, we actually are gonna have to cut the meeting short a little bit due to the CE and there's people already here for it. But if you have any other questions, you can chat in the next 15 minutes too, kind of off of the meeting portion. Chris.
I was just gonna say, I can also say, doing open house for Matt is, it's a great home. So yeah,
Thank you.
Awesome.
to make good homes, so.
Awesome. All right, we have lunch out there, we have vendors out there.
We have, Great North is sponsoring the CE and lunch from, some little sandwiches from Jimmy John's is coming a little later, I think on our
Okay.
break.
Okay, got it.
So that will be coming a little later and then we'll kind of move around the room
Okay.
with, getting them in here and that starts at noon.
All right,
And
We have one, two needs.
Yep, and
Okay,
can I say one more thing though, and also numbers meetings, they, did you say this at all?
I did.
Numbers were not done, from international, so now, next Wednesday will be the ALC, the following Wednesdays we'll go over our numbers, which will be the
So
22nd.
have patience with us on, I know
Yeah.
that every second week is usually our numbers meeting.
Yes.
And things are shifting around on an international level on, how numbers are getting reported and what system is being used for that. So it's been coming later than the second week. If that keeps happening, we might just shift that numbers meeting if it needs to be. So just have patience with us on that. We're not doing it because it's not done. It's just because we don't have the numbers to be able to report and we don't want to report half numbers and not the full number.
And we're going through, all the MCs or the whole system's being changed over from the system where we close out everything and when we put everything in called Winmore is going away. So they're changing that over. So when that change is done and every market center and all of international has made this change, our reports are gonna be done even sooner.
Yeah.
They're gonna be more live, more immediate.
Just a
Just
little.
during this time, it's until the rest of the year, we're gonna be off a little on our numbers meetings, so.
No, we
We'll
thank
do the
you
best
in
we can.
advance for that. All right, wants and needs. What do we got? Wendy. I got one.
Yeah, we have a, new, a listing that's withheld right now, coming on, 11376 Blue Stem in Eden Prairie. 5-bed, 4-bath, 4,700 plus square feet, almost 4,800 square feet. And they are just doing some decluttering and refining to get it ready for the market. So, if you have anybody looking in Eden Prairie, beautiful.
Is it free?
Pardon?
Is
Is
it
it
free?
free? Is it free? No, about 900. Sorry.
Detailed.
What else we got? Buyers, new listings?
Delano buyer under 400 wants to be near the downtown area, nothing new.
Okay. Okay. Matt,
I have 3 not in the downtown, or 2 not in the downtown Delano area. I have, 1 modified 2-story, it's 4 beds, 1, 2, 3, 4 baths. That'll be at about 475 in Delano. Another one, modified 2-story on an amazing lot, 3-season screen porch. That one's 5 beds, 4 baths, and that one will be at 565. And then I have a great new Minnetonka 2-story coming up, in about 2 weeks. They will do pre-market showing starting this week. If somebody has someone, it'll be at 2.15. It is 6 beds, 5 baths, over 6,000 square feet, sport court, backyard pool, golf hitting area, outdoor living area with TVs everywhere. This house is incredible. So, I'd have to look it up. No, it's not. It's not a huge lot. I would say it's right on the northwest corner of Highway 7 and 101. I would say it's maybe just over an acre. So, but it's private and it's decked out.
what else we got?
Hi,
Alright.
this is Nina. I'm online.
Hi, Nina.
Hi. I have a listing coming on in Eden Prairie right off of Flying Cloud Drive. It is a 3-bed, 2-bath, split level home, just really pretty basic, but very nice, in the 350 price range.
Awesome. All right, and then as usual, send address, beds, bath, and price point to Lydia, and she'll get the email sent out later today for wants and needs. All right, have a good day. Oh, Colleen, did you have one?
I do. That Wendy and Maddie are holding open for me on Saturday. It is coming soon. It's available tomorrow. 11800 Runnell Circle in Eden Prairie. You guys, it's a beautifully updated, amazingly maintained 5 level split. And it's in southern Eden Prairie near Homeward Hills. The coolest thing about this is the way they maintained it, because the guy who owns it is a cabinet maker. And he has a wood shop in the basement that you could take out and make into another family room. But honestly, I would use the wood shop.
Very cool.
Right?
Awesome. Oh,
Right.
wait, Colleen,
Oh, what price?
Of baseball going.
$525.
Okay.
perfect.
Jamie, I
Yeah.
I have one coming next week in Rockford Townhome, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 250. Yeah, it's gonna be 250 and it's near the schools, so it's in a great location.
Awesome, thank you.
Your market, like, from Russ. That I wasn't.